As we talk education tonight, we want to continue part 2 of our Verify special report. Nationwide, that teacher shortage is a huge issue. And tonight, we're shedding light into why teachers are leaving the classroom.
Yeah, the Verify team shares what's being done to incentivize future educators.
A crisis is growing in America's K-12 schools.
We're losing teachers faster than we can get new ones in.
According to the data from the National Center for Education Statistics, the percent of college grads earning a bachelor's degree in education is roughly half of what it was in 1970, dropping from more than 170,000 to less than 90,000 in 2019. Coupled with high rates of early retirement and stress-induced career changes, the teacher pool is drying up.
I mean, it's a crisis, in my opinion. It's not going to get better without taking some intentional steps to make it better.
So who's going to teach America's children? One strategy, at least at the state level, has been
lowering standards and lowering requirements for entry into teaching.
That's Heather Pesky, president of the National Council on Teacher Quality. In addition to having a bachelor's degree, most states used to require teachers to pass a teaching certification exam before being allowed to teach. But since 2020, Pesky says at least 12 states have removed or lowered the requirements for teachers to get that certification.
We are just putting people in classrooms that are not credentialed or who are not ready to be in the classroom. But because of the fact that we're looking for a warm body, we are saying like, oh, okay, well, good enough.
But Pesky says it's not enough.
This will result in a less effective teacher workforce. And that's the opposite of what our students need, particularly now on the heels of this pandemic.
University of Pennsylvania professor Richard Ingersoll has studied teachers and their working conditions for more than 20 years. He says these desperate measures of lowering standards to teach will only make more teachers leave the profession.
Generally, the less prepared people, the emergency and temporary licenses, for instance, that are issued, those people quit at higher rates.
While schools are trying to find ways to fill their vacancies, the federal government is trying to address teacher shortages with money.
Let's give public school teachers a raise.
2 proposals in Congress aim to do just that. The Pay Teachers Act, introduced by Senator Bernie Sanders in March, and the American Teacher Act, introduced by Representative Frederica Wilson in the House in February. If passed, they would set a minimum starting salary of $60,000 for all U.S. public school teachers, a big jump from the national average starting salary of $41,770 in the 2020 to 2021 school year. Neither bill has been voted on, but bipartisan support for both is growing. There's also money for teachers baked into legislation passed during the pandemic. In March 2021, the American Rescue Plan Act allocated $130 billion to K-12 schools. The White House says schools can use that money to invest in teacher pipeline programs, increase teacher salaries, and hire more teachers. So what do current teachers think will help inspire others to join this career path? For a long time, high school teacher Joaquin Rodriguez says passion alone was what sparked that interest. But now,
when you have that burnout and that fatigue, that passion piece is the first thing to go.
Educators like Rodriguez, Shin, and Duran say they're still hanging on. And when they ask themselves why they're still doing this,
at the end of the day, it's the students. There's an energy that they bring that is unmatched. Even just showing care and concern from students sometimes, that is enough to kind of be like, okay, we're gonna be okay.
With your Verify, I'm Adiante Till.